Hi guys and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay. This time a game from 2016 from the ASL Super Tournament year, and a great game between two legends of this game. Let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. In the upper left, in the brown, it is Flash, and his opponent in the upper right, in the teal, it's JAEDONG. So Terran versus Zerg here. Like I said, on the ASL tournament casted by the Africa TV. So really nice replay here, showing us two legends of this game. The rivalry between these two is legendary. Between the years 2005 and 2010, these players have been playing countless finals numerous times. Flash was the victor, but JAEDONG, of course, also multiple time beating Flash, the only one who can say that amongst many players. So JAEDONG, the nemesis here of Flash. So let's just see what's going to happen here, as both players are producing workers to mine those minerals. Nothing out of the ordinary. Flash is opening up here with a supply depot, nicely defending here his SCV from any perhaps a Zergling attack. Really nice wall in here for him. JAEDONG sadly sets his overlord in the wrong direction. Let's just see the follow-up. Another overlord is being built, as he is just droning up here. No spawning pool yet. This might tell us that he's actually going for a fast expansion. Indeed he is, and at the same time he's sending out a scouting drone here, as his overlords are of course very slow. Flash also building here his first barrack and an extractor for gas. So pretty standard gameplay here by both players. Fast expansion for JAEDONG and barracks into gas by Flash. Still no spawning pool here for JAEDONG. Is very likely going to be placed now. Indeed it is. And let's just have a look at the first drone who comes here up to see what Flash is actually up to. But he's going to see nothing out of the ordinary. Like I said, the supply depot, the barracks, and that extractor. Another supply depot being built here, as Flash having a little bit of an advantage, as he knows where JAEDONG has the advantage, as he knows where Flash is. Flash of course sending out his scouting SCVs. Of course in Starcraft you really want to know what your opponent is up to, if there's any cheese coming towards your way, if there's any out of the ordinary build order coming your way. Basically what exactly your opponent is up to when he's, for example, upgrading his main, if you're facing a Zerg and so on. Flash sees the expansion, as mining is going to start here by JAEDONG. Also sees this other hatchery here, a macro hatchery. So this might indicate to him that a Zergling rush could come towards him, as we have 18 workers for Flash and 14 for JAEDONG. SCV of course is going to stay as long as possible here into JAEDONG's base, just to see when an army move out is going to happen, as Flash is also building up here a factory just to produce these vultures and maybe later on some tanks, some Goliaths. Also Flash is deciding now to expand on himself, and look at that, we have JAEDONG actually upgrading his tier 2 but on his expansion. So slightly out of the ordinary gameplay, just to try to trick here Flash. Flash, not seeing any tier 2 upgrade here, is going to move his SCVs, and a very smart gameplay here as he sees those upgrade on that hatchery. So he knows that JAEDONG is indeed upgrading his hatchery, so he might face here a Mutalisk push or maybe some lurkers, or maybe JAEDONG might just cancel this tier 2 and just go for a straight in Hydralisk with Zerglings past. You never know, and this is exactly why Flash is keeping here this vulture, just to see if any army move out is going to happen. Really nice sunken here by JAEDONG, protecting his expansion, as speed has also been done here for his Zerglings. They might get us around. No, Flash very fast here and reacting, really nicely microing that vulture, even killing one, maybe two Zerglings here. No, just one. Two actually, and look at that great micro by him. He might lose this vulture, but in the end it was kind of worth it, as he kills two Zerglings, four Zerglings actually. In comes JAEDONG. Now Flash needs to be careful. There's a huge ball here of Zerglings. Some Zerglings will very likely make it up the ramp. No, he's actually doing a nice job by blocking this ramp with SCVs this time and a Marine. There's even a Wraith joining here this army. But all those FCVs, instead of mining, they need to be protective on that ramp. So really nice stuff here by both players. Great defense here by Flash. Great attack by JAEDONG, denying that mining time. And right now, look at that, the ramp is open. So JAEDONG is moving in here with only 5 Zerglings, but you really don't want to have speed Zerglings at this time in your main. He might even get a kill or 2 here on those SCVs. Sadly for him, only 3 Zerglings are being left, and they will eventually be taken out. But look at that, another force here from JAEDONG. JAEDONG very aggressive at the beginning of the game, takes out an SCV. And as JAEDONG has to deal with this aggression, once again he's going to stop this with his vultures. Now his Wraith is going to show him exactly what JAEDONG is up to. He sees that Spire, so he is of course expecting Mutalisk. Is there any Hydralisk then? No, there is not. So a nice scouting Wraith here by the Flash. Like I said, you really want to know what your opponent is up to, especially when you're facing such a strong opponent like JAEDONG. Vultures on the map, they might try to get a kill or 2, maybe some drones. No, the Flash is just positioning them here just to see once again when that army move out is going to happen, or if there's any move out going to happen. Kills an overlord here, but needs to be careful against those Scourge. Might get a connection here, one. Second one doesn't get that connection. The follow-up from Flash is of course mass turrets here against those Mutalisk. Mechanics are there to repair these Wraiths. As we see the Mutalisk on the map. Now the Vulture have spotted this Mutalisk, lots of Mutalisk here. Let's see, is Flash prepared for this? The Vultures need of course to retreat. There is a bunker with some Marines in it. How many? 4 Marines. And only 1 turret here for Flash. Flash with those invisible Wraiths dealing damage now to JAEDONG, pushing him back. Really nice stuff here by him. Very rare to see Wraiths by a Terran. 3 Wraiths with invisibility. So no bio push here by Flash. He's actually going into Wraith. And JAEDONG not being able to push quite forward just to kill some SCVs, as he once again is being targeted by those Wraiths. And notice how JAEDONG is hiding this Scourge inside of his Mutalisk group. Very hard to spot here for any player. Really great tactic here by him as he's closing in onto Flash's base. Base on the defense, JAEDONG very aggressive like I said. Kills here this Vulture. As at the same time he wishes to expand, but Flash denies that. Now let's have a look at this push. Flash holds of course with that bunker and these Wraiths. 4 Wraiths now. Flash just checking the expansion now, wants to make sure that JAEDONG is not expanding. Of course JAEDONG could fake here an attack, and at the same time he would buy time for his expansion to go up. Great awareness here by Flash, sending even out 3 Vultures here down in the lower right, just to make sure that there is no expansion going up. Once again we have an engagement here. This time JAEDONG brings his overlord, of course a muchly needed overlord against those Wraiths. As Flash sees that there is no expansion going up. So let's just see the follow-up here by JAEDONG and by Flash. We have 31 SCVs already for Flash, 25 for JAEDONG. JAEDONG is trying to make something happen here, but there are 3 turrets, actually even 4 turrets, and many more turrets here being placed by Flash. So Flash on the defense, but at the same time he is on 2 bases, so he's going to build as many units as possible of course. And we look at that, it even goes for a science vessel to get that irradiate out against those units. Irradiate of course a great spell. And look at that, JAEDONG has actually decided to change his tactics into a Hydralisk, and we're gonna have a Hydralisk bust here. Hydralisk is very good against this tactic by Flash, of course Flash having only this race. And look at that micro out of this Mutalisk. Really nice stuff here by JAEDONG kiting those Mutalisks back and forward. So much damage being dealt here by JAEDONG against Flash. Flash in some serious trouble. He has to pull the SCVs. That's so hard for him. He's going to lose so many SCVs. 2 already being killed as more Hydras are joining in this fight. JAEDONG going straight for those SCVs, killing so many SCVs. Such a great timing push here by him. Such a great change of mind as more and more reinforcements are coming in for him. He really needs to take care of this bunker. Does so indeed. Kills that bunker. The bunker was empty and Flash in some serious trouble. His expansion is not mining at all. He pulled all those SCVs. He's blocking now the ramp with those SCVs. He's in huge trouble. Nice irradiate here by him. And forces a little bit of pushback here by JAEDONG. But JAEDONG brings his reinforcements as I see them on the map. So many Hydras here. And remember, in all of this time, Flash is not mining for his expansion as JAEDONG is. JAEDONG might finish this game right here, right now. He still has 2 Mutalisks in the main. He's dealing so much economic damage here to Flash. Flash already at 24 workers. More and more will fall. 22 workers now. There is a tank here in the back being repaired. So this might be the last hope here for Flash. Another tank is being spawned. Only SCVs in the front blocking this entrance. Flash is showing great dominance here with his Hydras. Let's have a look at upgrade 0-0, but there is no upgrade needed, there's just mass needed now here for JAEDONG. His economy is looking great. He has 24 workers, 22 for Flash. But these 2, for example, are not mining at all. They just repair. So like I said, Flash in some serious trouble here. He needs a miracle to come back from this game. JAEDONG decides to pull a little bit back. As some vultures are dealing damage with some mines here. He is regrouping. JAEDONG is indeed regrouping, and he's probably going to try once again a bust. He needs to be careful as there are 2 tanks here in the back. Brings his Mutalisk forward, probably tries to kill those 2 tanks. Let's just see if this is possible. No, he gets irradiated. He goes for the Marine, stays here. Strangely enough, he stays here as he deals damage to those Marines as well. Kills those Marines, but also loses some Mutalisk. So Flash holding barely, but he is bleeding. He is in big trouble here as JAEDONG will not move out, will not allow any mining here for Flash. Scourge have joined here the force as well. 6 Mutalisk now being transferred here. Once again, JAEDONG not allowing this expansion to produce any money. Nice micro here with this Mutalisk, killing so many Marines. 3-4 Marines already have been killed, but that Irradiance also dealing so much damage here against JAEDONG. JAEDONG losing all of his Mutalisk and this Scourge, and this very likely will allow here Flash to expand, to land his expansion, but there are Zerglings now on the ground and Hydras. So JAEDONG really needs to make his move here, needs to kill especially these 2 tanks in the back, but they are of course greatly being protected here by Flash. Let's just see what's going to happen. JAEDONG is moving in, he's trying to get a nice position here. Zerglings will try to go in the front, but he just can't. He will really likely go straight for this expansion. Sadly for him, his Zerglings get obliterated, and somehow Flash, not only that he holds, but he is able to push JAEDONG back. JAEDONG, of course, in all of this time, he is able to expand with his herd, and he is very likely going to get recuperated here, but at the same time he couldn't possibly bust this base, of course not, because there were 2 tanks here at the high ground, and you can't just reach those as the ramp is being blocked. So nice gameplay here by Flash, blocking this access, and these 2 tanks were his saving grace here for him. At the same time he is pushing out of the map now with a quite consistent force here of Marines and medics, just checking out if Flash might be, if JAEDONG might be here in the middle with some Mutalisk, with some Scourge. At the same time he even brings out his tanks, so he's very confident, strangely enough, after having so many casualties. He is moving out, but if you look at the supply, guys, he's actually at 66 supply versus 60. JAEDONG, of course, already at 40 drones. He's going to try to macro up as possible as can. But look at that, he's even doing a shield on his Marines. His Marines now very tanky. These lurkers, if these lurkers pop, this would be the end for Flash. Flash is going straight for these lurkers. He irradiates one of these Mutalisks now. Lurkers are in trouble. Siege tanks are sieging up in the back. Nice spread here by Flash, and JAEDONG just leaves the game. Unbelievable, just unbelievable gameplay here by Flash. I really was certain that he will lose this game at the 10-minute mark, but somehow, miraculously enough for him, he makes a comeback thanks to this ramp, thanks to this tank and this other tank. But remember, all that denied mining time, in all of this time JAEDONG was mining from actually from 3 bases, but he just couldn't push here through. And with this great timing push, he really had to push. If he would have stayed back, remember JAEDONG had 40 workers instead of the 24 by Flash, so it really had to be a push here by Flash, and a very successful one. JAEDONG, of course, very frustrated leaving this game without a GG. I can perfectly understand it was his game, he should have won this game, but this is StarCraft, and Flash just proving to us once again how a strong comeback you can make in this game. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it's a great inspiration for you if you're a Terran or if you're a Zerg. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Tommy signing out.